Hello everyone. So let's continue where I left. So far I have completed introduction. There are 5 chapters in this section and now I'm going to move on pre-required sites. Okay, before starting, as you have already noticed, there are no subtitles embedded into the video because it takes too much of my time and resources to add those subtitles. So well, use YouTube's auto-generated subtitles. It will get you the same results and it will save me some time so I can practice more. So let's continue. Computer basics. Here we are. Computer basics. Introduction. Needless to say, while learning to code, you will be spending most of your time on a computer. Hence, understanding how to work with your computer is crucial. In this lesson, we'll introduce a resource which will quickly get you up to speed with some computer basics. Lesson overview. This section contains a general overview of topics that you will learn in this lesson: computer software and hardware, how to take screenshots, the importance of strong passwords. Assignment. Goodwill Community Foundation resources are excellent to get you acquired with the basics. They have accompanying I spelled it wrong. Accompanying videos and illustrations and are easy to read. The following reading should be sufficient, although you are welcome to explore more of GCF's resources. So let me open them one by one. I'll just press Ctrl and select each of the link. So they are now loading. Okay, this is knowledge check. So let's get started. GCF Global. I'll bookmark this site. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. You may already know that you can use a computer to type documents, send emails, and play games, and browse the web. You can also use it to edit or create spreadsheets, presentation, and even videos. Watch the video below to learn about different types of computers. So let's play this video. I'll keep it at okay, it's on 720p by
Computers
auto,
are
but
all around us, from
I'll
laptop computers to
increase.
smartphones to smart watches. They're changing the way that we live our lives. But have you ever asked yourself, what exactly is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. The computer sees data as ones and zeros, but it knows how to combine them into much more complex things, such as a photo, movie, website, game, and much more. Computers use a combination of hardware and software. Hardware is any physical part of the computer, which includes the internal components and the external parts like the monitor and keyboard. Software is any set of instructions that tells the hardware what to do, such as a web browser, media player, or word processor. When most people say computer, they're talking about a personal computer. This can be a desktop computer or a laptop, which has basically the same capabilities but in a more portable package. Personal computers come in a few different styles. The most common type uses the Windows operating system. Macs or Macintosh computers feature the Mac OS operating system, while Chromebooks run on Chrome OS. Smartphones and other mobile devices mostly use the iOS or Android operating systems. We'll talk more about operating systems in a later video. Computers come in many other shapes and sizes. TVs, game consoles, and even appliances like refrigerators can have built-in computers, although they may not do everything a desktop or a laptop can. There's another type of computer that plays an important role in our lives: servers. A server sends information to other computers on a network. In fact, every time you use the internet, web servers deliver the web pages that you want to see to your computer. Servers are also used in many offices to store and share files. As you can see, there are many types of computers out there, and each one plays a part in our modern world.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.
So this was the video about what is a computer. Let's continue. Hardware versus software. Before we talk about different types of computer, let's talk about two things all computers have in common: hardware and software. Hardware is a part of your computer that has a physical structure such as the keyboard or mouse. It also includes all the computer's internal parts, which you can see in the image below. Software is any set of instruction that tells the hardware what to do and how to do it. Examples of software including web browsers, games, and word processors. Everything you do on your computer will rely on both hardware and software. For example, right now you may be viewing this lesson on a web browser software and using your mouse hardware to click from page to page. As you learn about different types of computers, ask yourself about the differences in their hardware. As you progress through this tutorial, you will see the different types of computers also often use different types of software. What are the different types of computers? When most people hear the word computer, they think of a personal computer such as a desktop or laptop. However, computers come in many shapes and sizes. They perform many different functions in our daily lives. When we withdraw cash from an ATM, scan groceries at the store, or use a calculator, you are using a type of computer. Desktop computers. Many people use desktop computers at work, home, and school. Desktop computers are designed to be placed on a desk, and they are typically made up of a few different parts, including the computer case, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Laptop computers. The second type of computers you may be familiar with is a laptop computer, commonly called a laptop. Laptops are battery powered computers that are more portable than desktop, allowing you to use them almost anywhere. Tablet computers. Tablet computers or tablets are handheld computers that are even more portable than laptops. Instead of a keyboard and mouse, tablets use a touch sensitive screen for typing and navigation. The iPad is an example of a tablet. Servers. A server is a computer that serves up information to other computers on a network. For example, whenever you use the internet, you are looking at something that's stored on a server. Many businesses also use local file servers to store and share files internally. Other types of computer. Many of today's electronics may basically specialized computers, though we don't always think of them as that way. Here are a few common examples. Smartphones. Many cell phones can do a lot of things computers can do, including browsing the internet and playing games. They are often called smartphones. Wearables. Wearable technology is a general term for a group of devices, including fitness trackers and smartwatches, that are designed to be worn throughout the day. These devices are often called wearables for short. Game consoles. A game console is a specialized type of computer that is used for playing video games on your TVs. Many TVs now include application or apps that let you access various type of online content. For example, you can stream video from the internet directly onto your TV. PCs and Macs. Personal computers come in two main styles, PC and Mac. Both are fully functional, but they have different look and feel, and many people prefer one over another. This okay, PCs. This type of computer began with the original IBM PC that was introduced in 1981. Other companies began creating similar computers which were called IBM PC compatible, often shorted for PC. Today, this is the most common type of personal computer, and it is typically include the Microsoft Windows operating system. Macs. The Macintosh computer was introduced in 1984, and it was the first widely sold personal computer with graphical user interface or GUI. All Macs are made by one company, Apple, and they almost always use the Mac OS X operating system. So this was it. It was like documentation of the video. So let me first bookmark this website. It will come in handy in future, and then I'll move to next lesson. Okay, I have bookmarked it. Done. So let's continue. What is an operating system? So this time I'll go with the video only, because the documentation is literally the written version of the video. Okay. An operating system is the most important software that runs on a computer. It manages the computer's memory and processes, as well as all of the software and hardware. It also allows you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer's language, which is 1 and 0, 0 and 1. Without an operating system, a computer is useless. Okay, let's watch video. 720p, zoom, full screen, and play.
Did you know that you and your computer speak different languages? It doesn't speak Spanish, or Swedish, or Chinese. It speaks in ones and zeros. You can't communicate directly with your computer, but that's where your operating system comes in. The operating system, or OS, is the program that lets you interact with your computer. Together, the operating system and computer hardware form a complete system that determines what your computer can do. There are many different operating systems. Two of the most common ones are Microsoft Windows and Mac OS. Windows comes preloaded on most personal computers, while Mac OS runs on all new Macs. Operating systems aren't just for desktop and laptop computers. Mobile devices run mobile operating systems, like Apple iOS or Google Android, which are designed for interactions with smaller touchscreens. Before downloading a new program or application, be aware that it may not be available for your operating system. Some applications work on all devices, while others only work on certain ones. So get to know your operating system to see how it works and what it can do. GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.
Okay, let's move to a next tutorial. What is an application? You may have heard people talking about using a program, an application, or an app. But what exactly does that mean? Simply put, an app is a type of software that allows you to perform specific tasks. Applications for desktop or laptop computers are sometimes called desktop application, while those for mobile devices are called mobile apps. When you open an application, it runs inside the operating system until you close it. Most of the time you will have more than one application open at the same time, which is known as multitasking. App is a common term for an application, especially for simple application that can be downloaded inexpensively or even for free. Many apps are also available for mobile devices and even some TVs. Okay, let's see the video.
If you woke up this morning thanks to the alarm on your smartphone, or if you like watching videos or playing games on your tablet, you're using applications, also known as apps. An app is a software program that lets you do things, for lack of a better word. You'll find apps on all of your devices, including smartphones, tablets, and computers. Some apps help you complete tasks, while others are just for fun. Here are some examples of ways you can use apps. Mobile apps are apps that run on your smartphone or tablet. They can make many things in life more convenient. For instance, if you're looking for a place to buy coffee, an app like Google Maps can determine your current location and then recommend nearby coffee shops. Apps aren't just for mobile devices, though. The programs and applications on your computer can also be considered apps. If you've ever used Microsoft Word to create a document, or a web browser to visit a website or check your email, guess what? You've used an app. Some apps come already installed, but you can easily download or buy more online. Apps are about communication, productivity, entertainment, and more. With so many possibilities, you're sure to find several apps that are perfect for the things you do.
Okay, let's move. Oh, I just clicked. Yeah, I double clicked in video. So let's move back to next tutorial. Open source versus closed source software. Almost every piece of computer software is created using source code, which is the technical blueprint that tells a program how to function. When creators release their finished product to the public, they must decide whether to make its code open source or closed source.
Almost every piece of computer software is created using source code, or the technical blueprint that tells a program how to function. When creators release their finished product to the public, they must decide whether to make their software open source or closed source. With closed source software, also known as proprietary software, the public is not given access to the source code, so they can't see or modify it. But with open source software, the source code is publicly available, and programmers can see or modify that code if they desire. Keep in mind that you don't have to read or change any code in order to use an open source product. The vast majority of apps, games, and other popular software are closed source. However, there are open source options for many types of programs. If you want an open source alternative to Microsoft Office, you could use LibreOffice. Instead of using Windows, you can try an open source Linux operating system. Other open source examples include the Firefox web browser and WordPress blogging platform. One of open source's biggest advantages is that it's usually free, though some features and technical support may cost extra. Also, since the code is available to anyone who wants it, public collaboration can find bugs, add features, and improve performance within a relatively short amount of time. With that said, open source software is not perfect. It may not be as user-friendly as closed source software, and if you run into trouble, it may be difficult to find technical support, especially for less popular programs. As for closed source software, it's more likely to be a stable, focused product, and if you need support, customer service is typically easier to access. However, closed source software often costs money, and if it has any bugs or missing features, you'll have to wait on the creator to address the problems. Now that you understand the difference between open and closed source software, you can take advantage of the type that best meets your needs.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.
Okay, this is our next video, taking screenshots.
Maybe you need to take a picture of your computer screen. Regardless of whether you're using
Let's get
Maybe
started.
you need to take a picture of your computer screen. Regardless of whether you're using a Mac or Windows, you can take what's called a screenshot, also known as a screen grab. We'll show you how to do this on both operating systems using their built-in applications. Say you want to screen grab this web page on your Mac. In the dock at the bottom of the screen, click the Launchpad. This will bring you to your applications. The one you want is called Screenshot. If you don't see it right away, click Other and you might find it there. Now the application is in use. It's currently in Capture Entire Screen mode. You'll notice that the arrow turns into a camera icon. From anywhere on the screen, click once and it will capture the whole thing. The picture will automatically save to your desktop. If you want to take another, you'll need to reopen the application. Other options include Capture Selected Window and Capture Selected Portion. Let's try Capture Selected Portion. This allows you to take a screenshot of a specific part of a window if you don't need the entire thing. You can change the screenshot's dimensions by clicking and dragging its corners. Once you've selected the portion you'd like to screen grab, click Capture in the toolbar. Once again, the screenshot will be saved to your desktop. To preview them, simply click on the screenshots. If there's one you don't want, you can drag it to the trash can. Now let's see what this looks like on a Windows PC. The application is either called the Snipping Tool or Snip and Sketch, depending on which version of Windows you have. You can search for it in the lower toolbar, or you can click the Start button and find the app in the menu. This version of Windows has Snip and Sketch. Click the blue button that says New, and you'll see the screen darken. There are a few different options in the toolbar. You can take a rectangular snip, a freeform snip where you can draw the edges of your picture, a window snip in which you focus on a specific window, or a full screen snip. Let's take a rectangular snip. Click and drag the plus sign to select the portion of the screen you'd like to take a picture of. On release, it will take the screenshot. From here, you can use different editing functions, or you can simply save it by clicking the Save button. Type your file name and select the file type. It's also good to notice or select where the file is being saved, so you can easily find it later. To learn more about taking screenshots and other tech tips, check out our free tutorial at gcfglobal.org.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.
And let's move back to next lesson, creating strong passwords. You'll need to create a password to do just about everything on the web, from clicking your email to online banking. And while it's simple to use a short, easy to remember password, this can also pose serious risks to your online security. To protect yourself and your information, you'll want to use passwords that are long, strong, and difficult for someone else to guess, while still keeping them relatively easy for you to remember. Start.
All Often, there is really only one thing standing between your sensitive information and criminals: your password. If they get it, they can get into bank accounts and private files and wreak havoc. For this reason, it's important to know what makes a password strong and secure. Chances are, you use passwords every day to open your computer, log on to your favorite websites, to get work done. The easy route is to have a simple password that works everywhere. Unfortunately, this can be a problem. Criminals are very good at guessing passwords. Some have computer programs that can make millions of guesses until something works. And if they already know information about you, it's even easier. Your job is to create a password that is very hard to guess. Here's how. Your first thought may be to use a pet's name, a birth date, an address, or parts of a phone number. These things are too easy for criminals to discover, so don't use them. Your password should not include information about you. Thankfully, there are ways to have memorable but hard to guess passwords. Consider this. In addition to single words, phrases can also be easy to remember. Maybe it's a favorite song lyric or quote. An example is, Jack and Jill went up the hill. That's easy to remember, right? Well, your password is there. It's the first letter of each word. In this example, this would be your password. That's not something that's easily guessed. Here's why. First, it's not in the dictionary. This makes guessing it harder. There are about 60,000 words in English. A computer can test out those words pretty quickly, so don't use them. But there's more. This password could still be stronger by adding uppercase letters, numbers, or special characters. So now this is a very strong password, but there's still a risk. If you write it down, be careful where you keep it. Be aware that someone can look over your shoulder or find it in your trash. Giving it to loved ones is also risky. They may not be as cautious as you are. Only you should know your password. Criminals may also try to fool you into handing it over via phone calls. Never tell anyone your password over the phone. And be careful when you get an email that asks for a password. It could be a scam. To help avoid problems, don't use the same password everywhere. That's like having one key that unlocks everything you own. The stakes are high if you lose it. Also, be careful if you use a computer that is not yours. Let's say you check email using a computer in a store, library, or computer lab. You log in, check email, and walk away. The next person to use that computer now has access to your email account and all the information in it. Always remember to log out of each site you visit on a computer that isn't yours. Passwords are an essential part of life online, and if we're not careful about keeping them secret, they can cause big problems. By understanding the risks and making passwords stronger, we can feel a little more secure.
So this was it. Let's continue. Knowledge check. This section contains questions for you to check your understanding of this lesson on your own. If you are having trouble answering a question, click it and review the material it links to. Is Windows an operating system or an application? Windows is an operating system. What's the difference between open source and closed source software? Open source software is available to everyone. Anyone can make changes and improve to it. Closed software is mostly owned by a single person or a company, and the code behind the software is not available to everyone. Closed source software can be expensive or one-time purchase, or maybe it may cost you. Open source software are mostly free of cost, but it may cost some money to add some extra features. What are some use cases of a screenshot? Well, screenshot can be used to save some useful information, note taking, or in this scenario, like when I have a problem, I can screenshot my code to post on Odin Project community. Give an example of a weak and strong password. Weak password is, okay, let me guess something. weak password is uh, okay, let me do this. Weak password is my name is Bob. So my name is Bob. These are all alphabets and can be easily cracked by heavy computer, maybe Kali Linux or supercomputer. If FBI is watching you, you're suspicious. If you're suspicious for sure, then use their resources. So and a strong password will be hashtag uppercase my space n at the rate m e space exclamation mark I dollar sign b 0 b dot. This would be a strong password and it won't get stolen easily. No, it can get stolen if you are careless. It won't get cracked easily. Additional resources means loopholes. The section contains helpful links to related content. It isn't required, so consider it supplemental. Check out JFS page to what are accessibility features to learn how you can leverage the features to use your computer efficiently. If you feel like spending more time learning about this topic, check out Free Code Camp's excellent course on computers basics. So I'll mark it as complete. Let's get back to our chapter. So far I have completed first chapter of pre-required slides. Okay, I'll be back. Oh.